Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Vishatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashali Bhakti Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Disakame Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, Hare Krishna. So today is the last day of the seminar. So I will try to conclude the seminar with a very systematic understanding of Vrindavan. And this understanding is based on Srila Sanatana Goswami's Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Brihad Bhagavatamrita has two parts. The first part describes Narad Muni's search for the greatest devotee. And gradually he came to recognize through an extensive journey that Srimati Radharani is the greatest devotee. Of all the devotees, the greatest is Srimati Radharani. And he very systematically explained it. And the second part actually is describing the journey of a boy, a cowherd boy, from Govardhan back to Golok Vrindavan. And coincidentally, yesterday, Sarvabhauma Prabhu gave me some manuscripts that he compiled, inspired by the Brihad Bhagavatamrita seminar that I gave in 1988, I think, or 87. And so he actually compiled an description of Narayana. So Sarvabhauma Prabhu, can you please identify yourself? Sarvabhauma Prabhu is from Dallas. He's a disciple of His Divine Grace Tamal Krishna Maharaj. If you keep your head down, then no one will be able to see you. You can see he's a very, very humble, which means he's a very advanced devotee. And Sarvabhauma Prabhu also is a very, very dedicated book distributor and very committed in serving Srila Prabhupada's mission. Thank you, Sarvabhauma Prabhu. When he gave it to me, I couldn't actually understand, but it brought back the memories of those days. In Vrindavan, I gave a seminar on Brihad Bhagavatamrita for 1 month. So you can well imagine what a storehouse of nectar this Brihad Bhagavatamrita is. It's an ocean of nectar. Anyway, I will try to give the understanding of Brihad Bhagavatamrita just today in 2 hours' time. That's the second part. And through this, you will see Sanatana Goswami is giving us an understanding of both the material nature and the spiritual nature. A very profound geography of the material nature and spiritual nature. The story begins with a boy called Gop Kumar. Gop Kumar literally means cowherd boy. And he is a cowherd boy from Govardhan. And with other cowherd boys, he used to tame the cows, play with them, and go back at home at night. So this is a daily routine of a cowherd boy that he was following. Like he used to tend the cows in the forest of Vrindavan, in Govardhan, and then he would play with his friends. And in Vrindavan, he used to see one very amazing personality. That personality, they didn't know where he lived. They didn't know what he did. He used to just be there. And he was very affectionate towards the cowherd boys. When he would see them, he would embrace them. And the cowherd boy also was very fond of him. The cowherd boys also were very fond of him. And they would offer him cow's milk. And he also very affectionately accepted that. And then sometimes they used to see that this person, sometimes he used to chant very loudly the name of the Lord. Some name that they couldn't understand at that time. Sometimes he used to laugh. Sometimes he used to dance. Sometimes he used to cry. Sometimes he used to roll on the ground. But although his behavior was quite unusual, but they were very fond of him because there was something that was very attractive about him. And also their affection for him attracted them even more. So one day this personality met Gopkumar alone. And he told him, go to the river, Jamuna, take a bath, and you come to me. I'll give you something which is extremely rare and inconceivably precious. I'll give you something that is extremely rare and inconceivably precious. So according to his instruction, Gopkumar went, took his bath, and he came back to him. So when he came back to him, he gave him a mantra, the Gopal mantra. And he told him that this is the best, this is the most precious of all jewels. This is the most precious of any object that anyone can ever think of. And he showed him how to chant the mantra, how to meditate upon the mantra. And while he was instructing him on the mantra, he fainted. Gopal just sat there, feeling that he fainted. And when he regained his consciousness, he just got up and walked away. But because Gopkumar was told that this is the most precious thing that one can ever have, he very diligently started to chant this mantra. And he found such delight in chanting the mantra that he lost interest for anything else. He lost interest for tending the cows. He lost interest for playing with his friends. He practically lost interest for everything else. All he wanted to do is just chant and chant and chant this mantra. And very soon he started to feel that all that was happening there was actually an impediment for his chanting the mantra. So one day he decided just to leave. So without telling anybody anything, he left Govardhan. And he was traveling alone, walking and walking and walking. Eventually he came to a place, a kingdom, and there he found that there was a beautiful temple. This temple was built by the king of that country. And the Lord was most gorgeously worshipped there. So he became so impressed. He liked it so much there that he just decided to stay there. So Gopkumar just started to stay there. He started to stay in the temple. Throughout the day, he would see how wonderfully the Lord was being worshipped. And क्या हुआ? लड़का कहाँ गए? खो गए? अच्छा, make an announcement. हाँ. Okay, वो ये करेंगे, देखिए. आइए आप जाइए. So he just stayed there. completely absorbed in watching the worship of the deity. And so throughout the day, he used to just see how so many people used to come, offer their prayers to the Lord, and the king was taking care of the deities so nicely. And at night, he would just sleep in one corner. And this is how he was spending his time there. Then one day, the king of that country died. And the king did not have any successor to the throne. And while searching for an appropriate successor to the throne, the ministers found that all the auspicious signs and divine qualities in the personality of this Gop Kumar. So they made him the king. And although Gop Kumar became the king, he did not have any interest in enjoying his royal status. His only concern was how to increase the service to the Lord and devotion of the citizens of his country. So he simply wanted that everyone should become a devotee. And that's how he started to spend his time there, ruling as a king. But still something in there made him quite despondent. He saw that people are not showing enough respect to the prasad, Mahaprasad, and they were not showing enough respect to the deities also here. Therefore he became so disappointed, and at that time he heard that there is a place called Niladri, Purushottam Kshetra, where the Lord is present, and his prasadam is honored in such a way that even if it becomes stale, even the prasad becomes stale and apparently rotten, but still it is honored by everybody. So hearing about Lord Jagannath, Gop Kumar left his kingdom and he went to Jagannath. There he started to spend his time in the temple of Lord Jagannath, just as he was spending his time in the other temple. Throughout the day he would watch the activities of devotion of different people, how the Lord is being worshipped, and then at night he would just sleep in one corner. Then there also the king, when the king died, the king's son did not want to become the king. And the ministers started to look for a king. And they found all the noble qualities and all the auspicious signs in the personality of Gop Kumar. So then they made him the king. So he became the king of that country. So he was spending his time there. Then one day he saw his spiritual master. And his spiritual master was very pleased to see him. And he instructed him further. And in this way, he made his spiritual master the second time. And then one day, he got to know about a personality called Indra, who is the king of a place called heaven. And he heard that he is such a great devotee of the Lord that the Lord personally receives his offering with his own hands. So hearing that, Gop Kumar became eager to see how the Lord receives the service of that personality called Indra. And as he desired, by the potency of his chanting, his desire was fulfilled. He was transported to Swargaloka. And there he saw that the Lord there is Indra's younger brother. He's there with Indra. And he takes care of Indra in so many wonderful ways. And true to his description, that when Indra offers something to the Lord accepts it with his own hands. And in this way, Gopakumar started to spend his time there. Now, in the meantime, Indra, out of fear of being cursed by a Brahmana, he disappeared. He left and disappeared. So the throne of heavenly planet, Swargaloka, became empty. So Brihaspati started to look for the Devaguru, and he looked for someone to fill up that position, and he felt that Gopakumar is the most suitable candidate. So Gopakumar became Indra. And although Gopakumar became Indra, Gopakumar did not indulge in any enjoyment and luxury of the heavenly planet. He did not even live in the palace. He used to just stay in the garden called Nandan Kanan, Indra's pleasure garden. He used to sleep there at night, and he did not indulge in any other luxurious activities of the heavenly planet. And his only concern was how to spread the glory of the Lord and how to inspire people to become devotees of the Lord. Then one day Gopakumar saw some personalities came whom everyone was worshipping, and that personality was brilliant as millions of suns. So Gopakumar wondered who he was. And Gopakumar was told that this is a sage called Bhikkhu. So Gopakumar asked, where does he live? And he said that he lives in Maharloka. Where is Maharloka? Maharloka is above Swargaloka. And Gopakumar wanted to go there. And as he desired, he was transported to Maharloka. And there he saw that these sages were performing yagyas. And at the end of the yajna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead would appear from the sacrificial fire. And he would fulfill everyone's desire. And then at some point, Gopakumar felt that the Maharloka became very, very hot. So hot that it became unbearable to stay there. And he saw everyone was leaving from Maharloka. And following them, he came to a place called Janaloka. Then from Janaloka, he was transported, or he was elevated to Tapaloka. And in Tapaloka, he came across the 4 Kumaras. And they were always absorbed in meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And a sage called Pippalayan, who was one of their followers, Pippalayan actually advised him about the importance of meditating on the Lord. And he told Gopakumar that what he is chanting, the kirtan, is meditation is higher than chanting. Because through chanting, your mind may get distracted, but in meditation, your mind is completely focused on the Lord. So Gopakumar stayed there. Then in course of time, Gopakumar got to know about another place even higher than Tapaloka. A place called Satyaloka. So as soon as Gopakumar desired, he was transported to Satyaloka. See, this is the potency of the mantra. The potency of the mantra is whatever you desire. When you chant the mantra purely, whatever you desire, that desire will be fulfilled. So Gopakumar was transported to Satyaloka. Now in Satyaloka, he was spending his time, but one day Brahma became afraid. When he was playing playfully, he was touching the water of the Garbha ocean. A terrible demon appeared. And becoming afraid of the demon, Brahma ran away from there. So the position of Brahma became vacant. So then Gopakumar was made the Brahma. He became Brahma. And although he became Brahma, but his whole concern was how to spread Krishna Bhakti all throughout the universe. He is the ruler of the universe. And he assigned the positions of all the responsible heads of the society, that universe, like Indra, Chandra, Varun. He gave those positions to all the Vaishnavas. When his guru, then in Satyaloka, Gopakumar came across his spiritual master again. And his spiritual master then instructed him to how to chant the mantra and how to meditate on the mantra. And he told him that beyond this material nature, beyond this universe, there is another realm called the spiritual world, spiritual sky. And he instructed him to go back to Vrindavan, go back to the earth planet, and chant the mantra according to his instruction, following the process of meditation. So Gopakumar came back to the earth planet. Now, as you can well imagine, Gopakumar spent so many days, so many months, so many years in Satyaloka. So what happened to the earth planet? Where one day of Brahma is 1,000 Chaturvyuha. He found that the entire earth planet changed completely. It completely changed. But to his great amazement, he found that Mathura Mandal, Mathura region, was still the same. There was no change at all. All the forests are there, all the lakes are there, Giri Govardhan is there. So he was spending his time. Then he came and he started to spend his time chanting the mantra and calling out to the Lord by his names. And while he was absorbed in this activity of performing Sankirtan, one day a vehicle came from the Vaikuntha Loka. A chariot came to take him there. So the Vishnu Dutas came and told him that the Lord had... No, I'm sorry, yeah. So this time the chariot didn't come. He was, by the means of chanting, one day he found that his body lost this material aspect. his body lost all the material aspects of these 5 elements. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. This gross body which is made of these 5 elements, it seemed that they dissolved. And he developed a body which is so light that it just started to fly to the upper region. It started to fly. And then he saw from his vision where all these planets, Satyaloka, all the way up to Satyaloka, very quickly disappeared from his vision. Then he came to a region which is the outer covering of this material nature. He came to the first covering, the covering of earth. And he found earth personified is worshipping Varahadevi there. And there was so much opulence, so much pleasure, so much delight that one cannot even imagine in this gross material platform. But Gokumar met Mother Earth there, and then he left her. Then he came to the next region, the region of water. Now this is the region of the water in its subtle, like these are the subtle coverings. Like it has been described, like what actually happens here has the cause is already there. Whatever is happening in the earth is cause of that happening is there. And similarly, beyond this water, beyond this earth is what the region of water, or the covering of water element. And there, water personified is worshipping the Meena incarnation of the Lord. The fish incarnation of the Lord. Then he came to the region of fire. And there he found Vaishnavar is being worshipped in that region. Then he came to the region of air. And then he found Aniruddha is being worshipped. Then he came to the region of ether. He found Pradyumna is being worshipped there. Then he came to the region of mind. Ahankar, not exactly mind. Ahankar. And he found Shankarshan is being worshipped there. And then, passing that region, he came to the region of Mahatattva. And he found Vasudeva is being worshipped there. So this is how now he came beyond these 7 layers. And he found a layer, a region, which has the color of his Lord, Madan Gopal. Dark bluish region. And there he found Mother Mahamaya is worshipping Mohini Murti of the Lord. So Mahamaya asked him that achieve all the siddhis and stay here. Then Gokumar said, all I want is to serve my Lord. I do not want anything else. So then Mahamaya said, those who surrender unto me and those who worship me, I help them to receive Bhakti. So this way Mahamaya blessed him to go to the Lord. So then he came out of that coverings of material nature, including the covering of Maya. And there he came into the terrible light, dazzling light. It was so glaring that to him it seemed that he was about to lose his consciousness. And lose his consciousness means forget the Lord. So he started to pray to Lord Jagannath. And when he started to pray to Lord Jagannath, he heard the sound of music. And then he saw that some personalities are coming down. One very amazing, very wonderful personality is coming down riding on a bull. The complexion of his body is white as camphor. And he was coming down surrounded by his associates. So Gopal wondered, who is that? And then he asked one of his associates, can you please tell me who is that? So that personality told him, don't you know? This is Lord Shiva. This is Sada Shiva. He is not different from Vishnu. And by serving him, by being with him, one achieves all perfection. So, and then he saw that two very amazing personalities with four hands, bluish complexion, carrying disc, mace, lotus, and conch shell in their hands, were going down, coming down. Seeing them, Lord Shiva embraced them in great affection. And Gopkumar asked who that is. So Parvati, Shiva's consort, told Ganesh to instruct him. So then Ganesh told him that these are the Vishnu Dutas. They are going down to these universes, and he showed that in the causal ocean there are so many universes. And he told that you know of one universe with four-headed Brahma, but there are innumerable universes dominated by 8-headed, 16-headed, 100-headed, 1,000-headed, million-headed Brahmas. The heads of the Brahma is according to the size of the universe. So in this way, Gopkumar then got to know who they were, and he was told that when somebody remembers the Lord, especially at the time of death, these Vishnu Dutas take them to the Supreme Personality. They're patrolling around, these Vishnu Dutas are there, and when somebody remembers the Lord, they help him. And then, although they were all asking him to stay there, but because of Gopkumar's attachment to Madan Gopal, he just didn't feel like staying there. He humbly requested them to let him go. So he went. Oh, then this Vishnu Duta then told him that if you want to go to Vaikuntha, then go back to the earth planet. And there you chant the mantra that your Guru gave you. So Gopkumar again came back to the earth planet. And through the chanting of the mantra consisting of the name of the Lord, he was elevated to Vaikuntha. He was elevated to Vaikuntha. One day, a chariot came from Vaikuntha, accompanied by two very, very special personalities. Then these personalities requested him to alight the to board the chariot, and this chariot moving at this terrible, tremendous speed came to Vaikuntha. And in Vaikuntha he saw that they asked him to wait at the gate while they would go inside and report to the Lord about his arrival. So while Gopkumar was sitting there waiting at the gate, he saw a brilliant looking personality with 4 arms and carrying conch, lotus, biscuit mess. And seeing him, he just started to glorify him, addressing him as the Supreme Personality of God. My Lord, I'm so fortunate that I got your darshan today. But that person just covered his ears and said, no, I'm not the Lord, I'm only his servant, I'm only the servant of his servant. And saying that, he just ran inside. Then another personality came. Yeah, you sit there. Hare Krishna. So another personality came who was even more brilliant. So Gopkumar thought that this is Narayan. So he started to offer worships to him. But he also covered his ears and saying that I'm not the Lord, I'm only his servant, servant of his servant. He went inside. So in this way, Gopkumar saw so many personalities came one after another, and he just was wondering, like all these personalities, they look like the Lord, but all of them are saying that they are not the Lord. So in the meantime, these 2 personalities who escorted him to Vaikuntha came there and took him to the Lord. And they showed him, they told him how to recognize the Lord. First of all, he saw that his glory, his glamour is inconceivable. I mean, he's surrounded by so many associates who look just like him, but they are not as wonderful as he is. And he has the mark of Srivatsa on his chest. And seeing the Lord, Gopkumar felt such ecstasy that he started to call out to him, "Hey Gopal, hey Krishna, please." And he ran to embrace him. So they stopped, the other residents of Vaikuntha stopped him. And when they stopped him, he just fainted. And at that time, the Lord came and caressed him. He came back to his senses. And the Lord told him, "My dear friend, I've been waiting for you for so long. And I'm so happy that finally you came. For so many lifetimes, you just turned your face away from me. Only in this time you remembered me. And as a result of that, I got to see you once again. So in this way the Lord received him, and Gopkumar kept on staying in Vaikuntha. Some residents of Vaikuntha told him, "Gopkumar, you are in Vaikuntha, why are you still maintaining that human-like form? Assume the Vaikuntha form, then only you will be able to experience the joy of Vaikuntha. Why are you depriving yourself of the joy? But Gopakumar was not interested. He just wanted to maintain his form as a human being, as a cowherd. So then Gopakumar one day met Narad Muni. And Narad Muni asked Gopakumar, and Gopakumar, I can see that you are not fully content, although you are in Vaikuntha. And then he said, I can see why. Because you are very fortunate to be born in Vrindavan. And in this lifetime, you have achieved this devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I can see that your attachment is to Sri Krishna. So the region of Krishna is Dwarka. Beyond, above this Vaikuntha is Ayodhya. And not too far from Ayodhya, not too far from here is Ayodhya. And beyond Ayodhya is Dwarka. So, anyway, although you want to go to Dwarka, but go through Ayodhya, receive the mercy of Lord Ramchandra, and thus you will be able to go to Dwarka. So Gopakumar then went to Ayodhya. And how he was going? He would simply desire, and by the potency of the mantra, he will be elevated there. So when he came to Ayodhya, he saw so many monkeys. And the place was so beautiful, so opulent, with transcendental opulence, that even Vaikuntha, it seemed that this is even more gorgeous, more brilliant than Vaikuntha. So then Gopakumar came across Bharat. He found Bharat and Shatrugna sitting together. And seeing Bharat, he thought, this is Ramchandra. So he started to address him as Lord Ram. So Bharat became very embarrassed. He said, no, I am not Lord Ram. I am his servant. And at that time, Hanuman, seeing him, came there, took him by his hand and led him to Lord Ramchandra. And he saw Lord Ramchandra sitting on a throne next to Sita Devi with a bow in his hand. And Ramchandra was very pleased to see him. And then Lord Ramchandra gave him the benediction. And after staying there for some time, he went to Dwarka. So when he went to Dwarka, he found some boys playing there. Anyway, this is how he entered into Dwarka. So he stayed in Dwarka, associating with the Lord. And the Lord was so merciful, knowing, understanding his heart, the Lord sometimes showed himself as Krishna of Vrindavan. The queens would become the gopis, Radharani would become the Lakshmi Devi, Satyabhama would become Radharani, Rukmini Devi would become Chandravali, and all the other associates would become cowherd boys. But although he was seeing the Lord there, in the same kind of situation as in Vrindavan, but his heart was not satisfied. So one day, Narad Muni came and told him, Gopakumar, I can see that your attachment to the Lord is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is a region where even I don't have access. Vrindavan is a region where Brahma, Shiva don't have access to. So to enter into Vrindavan, you have to go back to the earth planet, go to Vrindavan, earthly Vrindavan, and there you do Nam Sankirtan. Just call out the name with all the love of his heart. Hey Krishna, hey Govinda, hey Gopal. Okay, since you started, let's do it. Hey Govinda, hey Gopal, Keshava Madhava Deenadaya. 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 Hare Krishna. So then, one day, Gopkumar fainted. And when he was unconscious, but when he opened his eyes, when he regained his consciousness, he found that the Lord was there. He was caressing him. By his touch, he brought him back to his consciousness. But then, when he regained his consciousness, the Lord disappeared. In this way, sometimes he would see the Lord, but yet he wouldn't get the Lord. Then one day he saw the Lord, Krishna. And seeing him, he just ran to catch him. And he almost caught the end of his cloth, end of his uttariya. But it slipped out of his hand. The Lord went behind a bush, hid himself behind a bush, and disappeared. Gopkumar was so heartbroken. His condition was like someone who all of a sudden achieved an inconceivable wealth, and then all of a sudden he left it. He lost it. All of a sudden he lost it. So when he lost it, it was his condition like. So in that acute pain, Gopkumar fainted and his body rolled onto Jamuna. When he regained his consciousness, he found himself moving in some sort of vehicle that was moving faster than the speed of mind. And in that vehicle he saw Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka gradually disappeared from his vision. And he came to Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan he came and he started to ask everybody, can you tell me where is the house of Nanda Maharaj? Can you please tell me where is the house of Nanda Maharaj? But no one listened to him. He saw some ladies picking flowers And he asked, no response. Whoever he was asking, they wouldn't give any response. So Gopkumar felt, are they all deaf? Or he thought that maybe they're so absorbed in the thought of that personality who they are singing their glories, singing his glory, that they don't have any external consciousness. Then in this way, wandering around, he just came across, he came to one, he saw one house, beautiful, the most gorgeous looking house among all the houses there. That place, the beauty of that place, Gopkumar was amazed to see. The beauty of the place was beyond Vaikuntha, beyond Ajodhya, beyond Dwarka. And then Gopkumar he saw that the sound of churning butter was coming. And some people singing, some ladies singing. And so Gopkumar came across one old lady and asked, can you please tell me where is Krishna? So this lady said, well, Krishna has gone to tend the cows in the forest. Now he'll be coming back soon. So, and then Gopkumar saw that everyone was looking at certain direction. And soon he heard the sound of mooing of the cows and laughter of the children. And then he saw that Krishna and Balaram surrounded by the cowherd boys. Seeing them, seeing Krishna, Gopkumar was stunned. And Krishna, seeing Gopkumar, just ran to meet him. He ran and he embraced him. And embracing him, Krishna fell on the ground. Gopkumar also fainted. Both of them fainted in ecstasy and fell on the ground. So, soon after that, Gopkumar regained his senses and he found that Krishna was unconscious. And seeing Krishna in that condition, all the gopis came running and said that this must be one of the associates of Kamsa. He came to harm Krishna, our Krishna. And all the cowherd boys with the sticks in their hand, they came running. Nanda Maharaj and others came running. So even the cows started to express their sorrow. Seeing Krishna in this condition, they started to move piteously. At that time Balaram came, and Balaram could understand what actually happened. So he took Gopkumar's hand and put the hand around Krishna's body, Krishna's neck. And with the other hand, he made him to caress Krishna's body. And then Krishna came back to his senses. And then also Krishna just started to tell him, my friend, where you been? I was missing you so much. So in this way we can see that how eager Krishna is for a living entity to go back to him. Therefore, going back to Krishna cannot be difficult. Of course, there are lots of tests. Those tests are actually to see our qualification, to see our eagerness to go back to Krishna. Then Krishna got up took Gopkumar by his hand and took him to the house. When Krishna entered into the house in the balcony, he saw all the other cowherd boys were just standing there. Even some animals that came following Krishna, they also were standing there. And Krishna bade them goodbye, good night. With Gopkumar, Krishna went in, and Gopkumar saw that many of the animals that came following Krishna, they just laid down and took rest, waiting for the next morning when Krishna would come out again, and they would follow him. And then some of the cowherd boys went back to their respective homes, and some cowherd boys did not move from there. They also just decided to spend the night right there, oblivious of any other physical needs. Krishna went into the house. Then Krishna milked the cows. And after milking the cows, Krishna did not even tend the cows, or because Nanda Maharaj called, Krishna, Balaram, come, you must be tired. Come and take your prasad with me. So Krishna and Balaram went. So they sat on two sides of Nanda Maharaj, and Krishna made Gopkumar sit next to him. And the food that was being served was so delicious, Gopkumar felt that he never ever tasted anything like that. And at one point, Krishna bit into one sweet preparation, and he curled his lips, distorted his face, and said, "This is so terrible. Maybe you will like it." And he handed it over to Gopkumar. And Gopkumar noticed that behind the door, one girl was looking at Krishna, and he saw her expression, and there was a feeling of delight and anger in her expression. Gopkumar took that sweet, and when he tasted it, he found that of all the things that were served there, this was the most tasty thing. And he was wondering, why did Krishna do like that? But then, by looking at that girl there, he could understand what was the matter. So, in this way, then Krishna and Balaram went to his bed. Krishna still stayed on there for some time. Then he went on to his bed. And in the morning, Mother Jashoda came to wake up Krishna. Said, "Krishna, wake up, wake up." And then she noticed all kinds of marks on Krishna's body that was there from spending the night with the gopis. And Mother Jashoda started to wonder, look, this boy goes to pasturing ground, and there are the thorns, and there are, so see how his body got bruised, his body got scratched from the thorns. And so in this way, Gopkumar started to see Krishna's activities in Vrindavan with the residents of Vrindavan. Then one day, when Krishna was on the bank of the Jamuna, he got the news, somebody told that Kaliya came again. And Krishna said, Kaliya came again? He didn't learn his lesson. So he tightened up his belt. He climbed up a kadamba tree on the bank of Jamuna and he dove into that river. And soon they found there was the river was in turmoil. And then they found that Kaliya came out from the water. Krishna in its coil. Seeing that, the cowherd boy started to cry. And they fainted. One boy just ran to report to Nanda Maharaj and other residents of Vrindavan. So they all came running, getting that news. Then, seeing their condition, Balaram said, Krishna, you have caused so much anxiety to them that if it continues any longer, then their life air will leave their body. So don't act like this. You have caused enough anxiety in their hearts. Then Krishna came out of the coil of Kaliya and he jumped onto Kaliya's head. In the meantime, the Nagapatnis, Kaliya's wives, came to offer prayers to Krishna. So Krishna then took the upper uttariyas, the upper chadar of the Nagapatnis, and he joined them together and made a big rain out of cloth, and then he passed it onto Kaliya's nose and he started to ride onto Kaliya, controlling him with the rain made of Nagapatni's clothes. And he was waving his flute as if a whip in his hand. And Kaliya, he had a joyride around Kaliya's head. Then he called his friends and the gopis, they all came and they had a joyride on Kaliya's head. Similarly, one day, Arishthashur came and Krishna subdued him and put a ring around his nose, tied him up and gave it to his assistants, said, go take him into the Goshala. This bull. Then soon after that, Keshi came. Terrible horse, causing so much fear in the hearts of all the residents of Vrindavan. So Krishna jumped onto Keshi's back and started to ride on him. Controlled the Keshi, broke the wild horse, Keshi, and rode on the back and invited all his friends to come. Keshi was big. So all the cowherd boys also jumped onto Keshi's back and they had a joyride all around. And then Krishna said, okay, put him in the stable. So yesterday somebody asked about the situations of the demons in Vrindavan. Yes, in Vrindavan the demons are there also, but they are pretty docile. And Kaliya, Krishna rides on Kaliya's back, Kaliya's head with his friends, takes his friends on Keshi's back and goes out on a joyride. And in this way, Gopkumar entered into Vrindavan and started to have this most joyous experiences there with Krishna and his associates. Krishna, Shri Krishna's Braja Lila ki, Gaur Premanande, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Shamaveto Bhakta Vrinda ki. Hare Krishna. So, okay, today we have plenty of time for question answer.